And we're here today with Beth-lee of the Fickle Pickle restaurant in Stouffville. It's on Main Street, Stouffville, and it's been there for 22 years now, which is pretty remarkable in itself. So Beth-lee, thank you for joining us.
Well, thank you.
Thanks for being here. And so we want to learn a little bit more about the Fickle Pickle. They just recently got onto Facebook and Instagram, so a little more social media presence. And for those outside of Stouffville, they might not know as much about the Fickle Pickle if they haven't traveled through or heard about it. So I just wanted to shed some light on a local restaurant that's been a staple for a long time and sort of learn a little bit more about what Beth-lee and her family has been doing with the Fickle Pickle. So to start us off, Beth-lee, how have things been since dine-in started to be closed? How have things been like for you guys?
Well, it's been a real learning curve, to say the least, almost a surreal experience. We went from, in 24 hours, a full dining room, a family environment, welcoming people in, to all of a sudden, having to lay everybody off, getting the Uber Eats and all the delivery services under wrap. We didn't have those things before. We had people who picked up orders. We did not have any deliveries. So it was quite like I said, a learning curve for us. It was.
Yeah. And I know recently you've also had the opportunity to make some meals for a local retirement, for Parkview Retirement Village. How did that come about, and what was that experience like?
Well, the whole community has been very, very supportive. They really, really want us to keep going. We are one of the establishments that has a little bit of everything for everybody and very family orientated and run. And people have over and over again been asking us, what can they do to help? What, sort of thing. So yeah. People have been reaching out for different things. The Parkview and the Rotary Club, I think it was all different groups that organize meals for frontline workers. They had come to us and asked us, would you prepare a bunch of meals for us? That was a wonderful experience. We're very grateful. We were happy to do it. We made our food with love, like we always do. And it was heartwarming to be part of the community that way. The same thing we've had other people come in and ask us, can we run a private donation for you? Like, we just want you to be here. And it's been hard because of the fact that our families had to really kick in to work all the hours because people, we have staff that were afraid to come, due to the COVID, and other people wanting to collect, that $2,000, all kinds of issues. But the kids kicked in, we've kicked in, and we're just trying to keep it going as much as we can and deliver our service to the people that we've been serving for so long. They're like family to us.
Yeah. I hear you. It's tough. And that's why, we're doing things like this to try and shine the light and sort of hopefully let more people find out about you and that sort of thing. And just switching over to now that you're doing takeout and delivery, what have you found has been sort of the most popular items since you started to do takeout and delivery more often?
Well, we have over 100 items on our menu, which has been really hard to juggle too with the takeout. There were a couple of things we had to take off because they weren't sustainable, like soups and things like that there's not enough volume in the morning, for example, to use that. Whereas when the dining room was full, yes, we had those things going on. So the favorites that have been really, really popular, especially in the takeout arena here, are, of course, our souvlaki's, which are family recipes. We're from the Greek background. And our veal parmesans are really big. There's so many things. Our clubhouse sandwiches, all our wraps are really popular, especially amongst, the younger set. But we have everything. We have from liver to steaks to hamburgers to every kind of sandwich you could dream of. Our eggs Benedict is like the town favorite sort of thing for breakfast, as per se. We just won all these awards for best brunch, for best breakfast in Stouffville. So and that's an honor too. That's in the, I think it's a Sun Tribute or whatever they run for the best in the town sort of thing. Yeah. So that's helped publicize things as well. But we have such a variety, you could come here and have anything. We're not, and that's one of the reasons why people in the community want us to continue going. There are a lot of franchises. There's a lot of hamburgers, a lot of wings, a lot of, those kind of typical things, but not like family staple meals. we make things like, I even make, it's my recipe, the spanakopita, okay, which is the Greek feta thing. So we've tried to specialize in some Greek food as well, and offer that as an extra thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you have a personal favorite yourself? If there's something, if you have a go-to that you'd choose if you're hungry around the restaurant, that sort of thing, that you'd make for yourself?
Well, no matter what, if I don't know what to eat and I'm ever confused, there's two things I always have. I probably eat them like 3 times a week each. The veal parmesan with the spaghetti, because the spaghetti is phenomenal, and the spaghetti sauce is amazing. BJ makes the spaghetti sauce like no other.
Really? Okay.
And so good. And the ground beef steak, Nick's beef steak. It's really, really, it's yummy too.
Yeah.
As well.
That's awesome.
And of course we eat souvlaki all the time. But for us, that's our
makes sense.
That's our normal.
Yeah. So I mean, you guys have been in Stouffville for 22 years, and I know there's a bit of a story to how everything came about. So could you tell us, and everyone who doesn't, and maybe some people know, but a lot of people who are watching might not know what the backstory is of how the Fickle Pickle came to be. So why did you guys start it, and how did that happen?
Oh, well, it was almost like a kind of a midlife crisis for my husband, sort of thing. When he first came to Canada, he, of course, wanted to learn English, and he worked in restaurants in order to pick that up, and then went back to school and became a hairdresser and had a salon for 30 years. And he kind of went through that change of, okay, I've been doing this 30 years, I want to do something else. And he went back to the restaurant business. He knew somebody who had this restaurant before, who it had gone kind of belly up, and he took it over and changed everything around and put his whatnot 2-4 into it. And then we were looking at names. And when we were looking at names, we wanted something a little bit catchy, because it was mostly farmland here at the time.
Okay.
So I had gone and I had brainstormed all different vegetables. I was trying to think of farmers, vegetables, fruits, whatever, and went through strawberry, thought of strawberry fields. So that, okay, there's already other restaurants named that. And then I thought of cucumbers. From cucumbers, I thought of pickles. And from pickles, what do you call pickles? Oh, Fickle Pickle. Oh, there we go. And it was a catchy thing. And I was laughing about it too. I thought it was pretty funny. And I thought, oh, it's a cute little thing. It'll be catchy. And that's how the whole thing started. My husband's put his heart and soul into this restaurant. The boys have come in to work on weekends and stuff. Now they're working full time to try to help out here. Yeah. And myself too. We've put everything into this. And like I said, this is like our home. This is like our family, and we treat our customers like that way as well.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. I know a lot of people around town, they sort of feel like it's a family. They know it's a family restaurant. They support that in that way too. And Stouffville's grown a lot in the last few years, so there's a lot of new people to come and find out about it and find out why everyone else comes to the Fickle Pickle. So it's great to hear that that story of how it came to be, right? So.
It is fabulous. The community has become very cosmopolitan. It's gone through a lot of changes, and it is wonderful. There's like new people coming in all the time, which is great. And we just hope like we evolve with it. Now, we don't know what's going to happen in the next few weeks, what that's going to look like yet. But we're already planning. I hired another cook. I'm trying to get staff rolling on the delivery services and things like that we offer. And I think that's going to be the new normal for a while.
Yeah.
Even once they roll in and they have people, whether they do it half dining room, third dining room, whether they do it through reservation, however they're looking at it, the delivery service is going to have to be there. And it's a hard market because there's such a big cut that is taken by the services. There's not much profit left over. However, you get your food out there, and that you hope later on will pay off of people coming in for dinner more and things like that.
Yeah, definitely. And I know, you guys especially have quite a big dining room too, right? So even if there's a bit of spacing that needs to happen, you're one of the few restaurants in town that has such a big dining room that, you would be able to accommodate proper social distancing, even if it's a handful of people that are able to sit in the dining room area too, right? So
and for Stouffville, it's large.
Yeah.
For downtown, or for it's not one of the franchises that has like a Montana's a huge giant. It's not one of those. But for a family restaurant, it's one of the larger. It's got the 2 units. Most of the restaurants have the 1 unit.
Yeah, so which makes it special in that way too. So now, if people want to, order for delivery, I mean, ideally, it'd be great if they can order for takeout and come and pick up. That's number 1 option for sure. But if they do want to order for delivery, which delivery apps are you guys offering right now?
We have the Uber Eats, the DoorDash, and the Skip the Dishes.
Okay.
Our menu is a little bit cheaper for our own pickup, so it is if you feel comfortable coming in, we take all precautions. I have my spray bottle that I've inhaled so much already. I think my organs are sterilized. We wash the door down every time somebody comes in and out. Like, we've taken all precautions. We have a front desk right by the door, where we take people's order, make them pay, and then I think we also have curbside pickup, so people can order on the phone ahead of time at 905-640-5707.
Yeah.
We also have our menu. They can on our website, which is ficklepicklerestaurant.com. Okay, so that's pretty easy too, where they can look at all that we have.
Yeah. And I'll put that information in the description of this video too. So if anyone wants, it'll be right there, and then they can click on it or grab the phone number if that's easier for them. And then as far as social media, I know you're on social media now too. So how can they find you on Instagram and on Facebook?
Okay, again, it's the Fickle Pickle. The Facebook, all they have to do is look under Fickle Pickle. They'll find it.
Fickle
They'll find
Pickle
it there.
Restaurant, right? So I think there's 2 Fickle Pickles in the world, and so Fickle Pickle Restaurant.
Yeah, and we were the first. We were the first.
I believe
in Georgia, I think it's in Georgia.
Something like that.
We have a sandwich place. I remember, I think it was like the 5th year we were open, because I kept checking over and over again to see, is there any such thing? And then all of a sudden that popped up, and I was like, oh, do I call them? Do I tell them don't take our name?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Pretty coincidental, I would say. It's hard to come up with that name, so it's two in North America.
I wanted to trademark it, and it in order to trademark it at that time, it was like up and forward of $10,000 to do that. Wow. So I was like, okay, like whatever, let it go. Let it go.
Totally. And then I guess for the last question, I know we're sort of going on now, but so your kids are working most of the time at the restaurant now, and it's become even more so of a family culture. So what has that meant to you for that sort of shift to happen a little bit these days?
Well, it's a little bit of pressure. It's a little bit of pressure on them, because they were serving like on the weekends, to make extra money for school and things like that. And all of a sudden, because this happened and we were short a cook, and one of the cooks had left because, like I told you, the sort of thing. Yeah. We got stuck, so they stepped in. So it was a lot of pressure. It's a lot of hours for them. It was really hard. But now there's all kinds of people looking for jobs. We've just hired somebody today, so that'll ease off, and then they can come back and serve the people once we open, which is what they really would rather do. Yeah, it's where they're at.
That's great to hear, and it's good to hear that even with the delivery apps, you guys are starting to pick up business-wise, and things are starting to get going and everything. So, which is great to hear. If you're in the Stouffville area, Aurora area, and you're looking to support local, definitely give the Fickle Pickle a try. If you've never tried them before, try them out for the first time. It's definitely worth it. If you've gone there before, support them again. It never hurts to go back and repeat business is always awesome and encouraged.
We'd really appreciate that. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, definitely. So, Beth-lee, thanks again for joining us today. I appreciate taking the time. So, so keep an eye out on the channel for more restaurant spotlights, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon. Okay.
Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.
Thank you.